Think about the last patient who booked an appointment with your practice and then they never showed up. Or the new patient who came in once, had a great visit, and then you never saw them again. What happened between the moment they booked and the moment they disappeared? In most practices, the answer is nothing. No follow-up, no welcome, no communication at all until the reminder the day before. And that silence, that gap between booking and the first visit, is where most practices lose patients that they had already earned. Today, I want to show you how to close that gap permanently. Here's a belief I want to challenge. Most practice owners assume that if a patient books an appointment, that they are committed. The hard part is done. They'll just show up. But that's not how patients think. Between the moment someone books and the moment they walk through your door, doubt sometimes creeps in. Life gets busy. They start second guessing whether they really need to come in. They wonder if they chose the right practice. And if nobody from your office reaches out to reinforce that decision, to welcome them, to prepare them, to make them feel expected, a percentage of them will quietly cancel or simply not show up at all. The research on this is consistent. Patients who receive structured onboarding communication before their first visit are significantly more likely to show up. They stay engaged and become long-term patients. The problem isn't your clinical skills. It's the silence between the booking and them coming through the door. Recently sat down with a family medicine physician who is genuinely baffled. Her patient satisfaction scores were excellent. Her Google reviews were strong. Her clinical outcomes were great. But her 90-day retention rate, how many new patients were still active in just 3 months after their first visit? It was only 38%. She was working hard. She was delivering great care, but she was losing more than 6 out of every 10 new patients within the first 90 days. When we dug into it, we found the same thing I find in most every practice. There was no onboarding system. A patient booked, got an appointment confirmation email from the scheduling software, and then heard nothing until the day before their appointment. We built out a simple 7 touch-point onboarding sequence, entirely automated inside of a ClickFunnels platform. Booking confirmation, welcome email, preparation email and day of reminder, post-visit follow-up, a week 1 check-in, and a 30-day milestone message. Within 1 quarter, her 90-day retention rate jumped from 38% to 67%. Same doctor, same practice, same clinical skills. The only thing that changed was that patients stopped feeling forgotten between the booking and the first time through the door. They didn't leave because of her. They left because she went silent. And silence in a patient relationship, that sometimes reads indifference. Let me show you exactly where this breakdown happens. Here's the patient journey. They book, confirmation goes out, and then there's this window, this gap between that confirmation and the first visit. This is what could be called the dagger zone, the danger zone. Studies show that 80% of no-shows and early patient dropouts originate right here in this window, not because of anything that happened at the visit, but because of what didn't happen before it. Without an onboarding system, the patient feels forgotten. Doubt sets in, they cancel. When a documented onboarding system, the patient feels welcome and expected before they ever arrive. Trust is already building. They show up and they're engaged from the moment they walk through the door. The gap is the problem, and the system is the solution. Now, this is what the system looks like in practice. Your first touch point, the booking confirmation. An immediate, warm email the moment the patient books, not a robotic scheduling notification, a genuine welcome. We are looking forward to meeting you. Touch point 2, a welcome email on day 1. It introduces your practice, your philosophy, and your team, gives them a reason to feel confident that they made the right choice. Touch point 3, preparation email 48 hours before. Practical and personal. What to bring, where to park, what to expect. Removes every logistical reason to cancel. Touch point 4, on the day of reminder. Short, warm, specific. A Google Maps link. A brief, we're ready for you, and that's it. Touch point 5, a post-visit follow-up 24 hours after. A thank you. The next steps, a reinforcement of the care plan. This is the most underused touch point in healthcare and is one of the most powerful. Touch point 6, week 1 check-in. How are you feeling? Personal, brief, and it shows that you really care beyond the appointment. Touch point 7, 30-day milestone. It acknowledges where they started and celebrates early progress, and gently seeds the importance of continuing care. Documented, automated, consistent, every patient, every time. That's the system. And once it's all built inside your platform, it can run completely on its own. Here's the mindset shift that I want you to take away from this video. Retention doesn't start at visit 3 or visit 5. Retention starts the moment a patient books, and it's determined almost entirely by what happens before they ever walk through the door. A documented onboarding system is not just a nice to have. It's the single most important foundation you can build for patient retention. Because here's the truth. Your patients chose you. They made a decision to trust you with their health. The onboarding system is how you honor that decision and how you give that relationship the best possible chance to last. Now, if you don't have an onboarding system right now, or if what I've told you is a single automated confirmation email, then I can help you build something much better. You know, the links that you see below for a phone call, for a scheduling appointment, for an email, we could get together for a free, no obligation, no pressure information session where we can talk about mapping out your onboarding system together. We can make it run so it doesn't add a single hour to your week, because every patient you have deserves to be welcome, not forgotten. My name is Kurt Landreth, and I look forward to meeting you and seeing what I can do to help you sometime soon.